Hello, everyone. My name is Chandana Gopal, and I'm a research director at IDC covering enterprise intelligence. As we all know, enterprises are striving to get better returns on their data-driven investments in the last several years, particularly related to AI and machine learning. IDC research has shown that organizations with the highest level of enterprise intelligence are able to get 3 to 4 times better business outcomes than those with poor enterprise intelligence. So what do these organizations do when they have better enterprise intelligence? They derive more value from their data and analytics investments. And today, the guests that we have speaking with us are going to help us understand why this is the case. I'd like to welcome Katie Anderson, Director of Strategic Partnership Success at Salesforce, and Seth Siciliano, Google Cloud ISV Partnerships Lead. Hello, Katie, and hello, Seth.
Hello.
Thanks for having us on.
Let's get started. Do you see something, especially related to AI, that's contributing even more to these challenges, and how can organizations go about addressing them?
Absolutely. I mean, the explosion of AI in 2023 has definitely contributed to some of these challenges. If you think about the complexity of changing your organization, if you think about the complexity of the data silos, ownership, governance, security, all those things Katie pointed out. And then you also think about the speed with which that data is growing. I think Katie also mentioned this as well. Add all those together and then bring a once-in-a-generation pressure to execute on the data strategy as it relates to AI and generative AI. That pressure from external forces, from a board down, from a CEO down, that pressure is simply adding to all of the other challenges that are coming through the pipeline. So all those challenges were there before. They're exacerbated by the fact that AI has come on the scene so strong this year that it's not just a company has to have an idea of how they're going to leverage AI. They have to actually start leveraging it, executing it, and figuring out how their business is pivoting around it moving forward, all at the same time. So we've just really shortened and condensed the window for a company to execute that strategy with the growth of AI. The good news is technology absolutely can help. Companies like Salesforce and Google Cloud absolutely can help. You know, Google Cloud was at the forefront of the research that is driving today's generative AI explosion. And so we've been doing this work for years, and being able to take this work and these technologies and these models and expose them externally. We've been running our businesses on these models for years and changing the way we operate. And so we have all the confidence and knowledge that we feel we can bring to the table to help organizations down that journey as well.
Yeah, no, that is a super important point, right? Because most organizations are just trying to figure it out. They don't have the expertise. They don't have the bench behind the staff to really help them accelerate or meet this accelerated demand. And when I talk to chief data officers, they are like, we are so excited that Gen AI has made this interest in data, brought it up to boards and executive leaders and everyone within the organization. But on the flip side, we are also terrified because we don't have the governance in place. We don't have the infrastructure in place. We don't have the architecture in place to be able to make sure that this is responsibly handled within organizations. Katie, did you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I think they also don't necessarily have the teams in place. I mean, there's a shortage of data transformation and AI skilled experts. And then the experts that we do have aligned to these types of programs, they're racing to get their data together so that way they can adopt AI quickly. But we're also hearing a lot of concerns about the lack of trust with AI. So there's certainly a lot of pressure across the board around this entire topic right now.
Yeah, and organizations that are taking a meaningful approach to it, like thinking about it from, let's get the trust in place, let's get the ethics in place, let's get the responsibility in place, let's figure those elements out first before we just launch Gen AI to the masses. Those are the ones that will get it right. So the other interesting point that comes out of my research is only about 11% of organizations are truly leaders, right? So they are able to do things that are better than their peers because they are not just looking for, minimizing costs. They are not minimizing the expense that they need to put in to get this, governance and all the other things that we've talked about in place. So that's what I'm seeing. They are really looking at capabilities, and sometimes the partnerships that something like Google and Salesforce, when you guys come together to provide these really strong integrations that organizations can leverage, that really helps them accelerate that journey towards better leveraging their investments. What are you seeing? How do organizations really improve their enterprise intelligence, improve their ability to leverage data and analytics? And Seth, let me start this with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the first things they need to do to improve their enterprise intelligence and leverage this data is really look for opportunities to unlock increased value in technology investment. So often we've looked at technology investment through the years as one purchase to solve one problem. I need a specific application for HR, for logistics, for supply chain, for CRM. And really, organizations need to pivot to figuring out how those building blocks work together and integrate together, not just to cooperate and coexist inside of an environment, but actually share data and leverage intelligence and build workflow between platforms. And so it's one of the reasons I think really strong partnerships that are product driven to unlock value for customers are the ones that customers should be looking for to help them on this journey.
Yep, that absolutely makes sense. Katie, and I know we discussed this prior to the call, is you had some great customer examples as well. So let me throw the question to you as well. What are you seeing in your customers that are really doing amazing things, leveraging data and analytics and AI, and maybe provide some customer examples?
Absolutely. I love answering these types of questions by telling a story and sharing more about how we're actually helping customers with this. I think that we're experiencing this across every single industry. We're helping customers in healthcare, fins, retail, and more. And we're helping them build better enterprise intelligence by implementing data governance, by cultivating cohesive data strategies, and ultimately leveraging partnerships like what we're building here with Google Cloud for easier data federation and data sharing. So one example would be with a fashion retailer. They can connect CRM data like customer purchase history and service interactions with non-CRM data like real-time online activity or social media sentiment. And then they can deploy custom AI models that predict customers' likelihood to buy certain types of clothing based on that data and deliver hyper-personalized recommendations to customers via the most appropriate channel, like email or mobile app and social media. So that's just one example. But I think what we're seeing across the board is that we know that companies need to deliver great, fast, personalized experiences for their customers. And we're talking about this data problem, but data is what powers all those personalized experiences. So companies need a platform for connecting data in real time. They need one that can bring in huge amounts of data on scales we've never seen before, and one that can harmonize all of that data and make it available to builders and developers in organizations. And doing that takes a lot of time. It's a tremendous amount of time for IT teams. And in fact, 30% of IT teams' time is spent on designing, building, and testing custom integrations across different systems. So these integrations are expensive to maintain, they're brittle, and maybe most difficult of all is they must follow the growing security, privacy, and compliance regulations that are constantly changing and emerging in our ecosystem. So a huge part of our strategy here at Salesforce is to really make it easier on customers to bring their own existing data and AI models to Salesforce, like data from BigQuery and AI models from Vertex AI. So that's why Data Cloud is open and extensible. And now that our data platforms can seamlessly share data, customers can get more out of their full stack. They can do so and really think through this, knowing that we're going through this AI revolution right now. And a key part of that is making sure that trust is a part of it. It's a trust revolution too, alongside this AI motion. And Salesforce Data Cloud has really built in that trust layer. So I think that in conjunction with the customer story, understanding the strategy is helpful, that we're trying to really solve these issues for our customers.
Thank you for your insights, Seth and Katie, on this wonderful topic. For more information, please refer to the IDC paper on how strategic partnerships can help enterprise intelligence. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.